You're listening to the Jefferson County Development Authority podcast, where business feels at home, with host Ryan Snyder and guest Moises Mendoza, owner of SC Studios.
I want to welcome everybody to another episode of the JCDA podcast, where business feels at home. My name's Ryan Snyder. I'm the Agriculture Development Coordinator here. We're joined with another sponsor of the Jumpstart Jefferson program. I'll turn it over to them, let them introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about their business.
Yeah, so my name is Moises Mendoza. I am the owner of SC Studios. So essentially, we're an all-in-one marketing agency is what I like to consider us. You can come to us and kind of get most of your marketing needs met, whether that's digital marketing, videography, social media marketing, or even photography and SEO. So we kind of provide anything that you can think of as far as marketing.
Awesome. How'd you get into the markeing world? How'd you end up here?
Yeah, so I went to West Virginia University. Let's go Mountaineers.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. And I got into the major communication studies thinking it was communications, but I realized it was a whole different field. But I actually fell in love with it, and I took a social media course where we actually got to work with a local business in Morgantown and give them a social media plan and implementation and stuff like that. So we did that, and I kind of fell in love with it. So at that time, Facebook was still pretty early in terms of marketing, and Twitter was still pretty big when it comes to marketing. So I would walk into restaurants and stuff in Morgantown and say, "Hey, I want to run your marketing for you. I'll do it for like $100 a month." In college, that was pretty good money, and free food and stuff like that. So that's how I really dipped my toes into it. And then from there, it just kind of grew where I graduated with a degree in social media marketing and a minor in advertising. And I just continued working for startups and different things like that. And then I finally decided to, hey, I want to start my own business. I'm tired of having a boss. I just want to see if I can do this myself.
Yeah, awesome. I love the entrepreneurial spirit. That's kind of what our Jumpstart Jefferson program is all about. For those of you that don't know, Jumpstart Jefferson is a 5-week educational series where participating businesses will learn everything they need to know about startups and business and entrepreneurship, and it all culminates with a business pitch contest where the participating businesses will all pitch in front of a live audience and a live panel of judges to compete for grand prize of a grant of up to $5,000 and a host of other items provided by sponsors, SC Studios, being one of those sponsors. Can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to get involved in the Jumpstart Jefferson program and the package that you're offering our contest winner?
Yeah, so when I was presented with the program and I heard about it, I was actually really excited about it because as an entrepreneur, I know how hard it can be to start a business no matter what age you are, where you are in life. Business is not easy, but it is very worth it in the end. And when I started my business, I was working at a company and I gave my 2 weeks and they let me go that day. So I didn't have any capital. I didn't have a business plan. I didn't understand how any of that stuff worked. So for me, this was an incredible opportunity that they would learn the entire process of getting a business ready so they would be well prepared. So when I just heard about all the things and the mentors and the educational sessions, and then, of course, that grand prize is incredible, I had to just be a part of it to kind of hopefully help lend a little bit of knowledge of what I've learned in my business time. So I thought that was really awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. We're really glad to have you on board with us. Can you tell us a little bit about the package that you're offering our contest winner and some of the work that you've done for the Jumpstart program?
Yeah, so we will be doing headshots for everybody who's in the competition. That way they can at least have something to kind of get their business started with a professional photo. And then the winner will get a branding video from us. So that will allow them to have a commercial for their newly established business. And I'm a very big proponent. While cell phone footage is really good these days and things like TikTok allow you to kind of use that, branding videos with high quality cameras and audio and music still kind of stands the test of time right now. And for me, it kind of puts a stamp on a business like, wow, they're willing to invest in a really high quality video. That must mean they're doing really well business. So I was really excited to offer that to them to help kickstart their business. And hopefully they can send that out to people to say, hey, look what our business is doing and this is what we're about.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're really excited to have you on board for stuff like this. You mentioned earlier kind of how you got your business started and the stuff that you had gone through. What's something that you wish you would have known starting your business? What would you if you had to give one piece of advice to an entrepreneur, what would it be?
I would say don't be afraid to network and just get your name out in the community as much as possible. Traditionally in the past, I haven't been a big proponent of positioning myself and pushing myself out as much, and I try to let the business and our work do the talking. But I've learned that you really have to get out there and network and not be afraid to speak to people about what you do, because you will get a lot more customers that way and you'll grow the business. So for me, it's definitely like, don't be afraid to go to free networking groups. Don't be afraid to go to your local nonprofits and talk to them and see what services you can help them with, because that way it kind of gets your name out in the community a lot. And that organic business will really help your business grow tenfold, especially if you're a local business that's focused on serving this area.
Awesome. Yeah. We love supporting small business here at the Development Authority and seeing small business thrive and grow in our community. So it's good to know that there's somebody like you in the community as well that's out there, not only growing their own small business, but helping others support with supporting the small business world as well. What about the Jumpstart Jefferson program really got you excited about this?
I think for me, it was getting to see what type of businesses were going to come through here. I think this area is growing so rapidly. You have a lot of great businesses that are already established here, but I'm always curious to see what's the next business that could be potential here, but maybe they just don't have the expertise. They've been afraid to take that leap, or they don't have the funding to do it. So I think this program is really giving those entrepreneurs a chance to really say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and take that leap. Because when you do take that leap into owning and starting your own business, it's scary. Some people might be leaving a paycheck. They might be leaving a salary. So it takes a lot of guts to do it. And I'm hoping that this program kind of jumpstarts somebody to what could be the next biggest business in the area.
Yeah, for sure. We're excited to be able to host a program like this, and we're kind of in it for the same reasons as well. We're excited to see kind of the ideas and the thought process of the members of our community, and that in turn helps us figure out what kind of programs that we might be able to offer to help offer some support and some assistance where we can to small businesses in the community. And the more we learn and the more we have programs like this, the better asset to Jefferson County the Development Authority can be. In today's world with social media and how important it is for marketing your business, in your experience, is there a balance between the social media, online marketing, print ads, traditional television spots, radio spots? How as a business owner should you kind of determine what marketing channels to pursue?
Yeah, I mean, I think that could really depend on the business that you run and what type of products or services that you offer. But we like to really think that every business should take a guerrilla marketing approach. So what that essentially means is you're hitting people online as much as possible, whether that's Facebook ads or social media marketing in general, Google, working on your SEO, but also trying to reach them in person with flyers, billboards, anything along those lines. The only difference is you can't really track a billboard and how effective that's being, because there's no really like analytics for that. So that's one of the reasons why social media marketing and just online marketing in general is really well, because you can track all that advertising. But we always like to say businesses should be focusing on brand awareness. That should be your number one goal when it comes to anything that you're doing, because you're going to drive leads from that organically. So if I'm driving down the street and I see your billboard, and then when I go on Facebook later, I see one of your ads, and then I go on Google and I see one of your ads again, you're going to be at the top of my head, and I might not need your service then, but when it comes time to where I need or want your service, you're the first person I'm going to think about, because I've seen your stuff everywhere. And that's kind of what I tell all people that I work with is your main focus just needs to be being top of mind and brand awareness as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'd like to talk a little bit more about the analytics and the data. The numbers is something that I like to work with every day, and I think you're absolutely right. It's hard to track impressions and the number of eyeballs that have been on a billboard or a flyer stuck up somewhere, at a restaurant or in the door of a building. But being able to track, the number of people that have seen, your ad online, on Google, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and then being able to know exactly how much of an impact your marketing campaign has had, and being able to see those numbers, it really helps you, at least in my mind, kind of figure out what's going on and where you're going. And it really, for me, when I was in college and took some courses in marketing and was learning some of this stuff, to me, that really kind of helps you figure out who your target market is as a business as well. Because on the business side of something like Facebook and Google, you can really get kind of down into the weeds as to, some of the demographic data as to who is responding well to your ads.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Yeah, and I think for business owners, if they see, okay, Jefferson County age range 22 through 35 is our most popular thing, then you know you can make adjustments on your ad to bid more on that, because you obviously know that that is your market that's responding to your ads or any of your content well. So I think it's a really good way, and not cheap, but definitely a lot more affordable than a TV commercial or anything to really kind of advertise. And that's what I tell people. There's you can set your own budgets. You can kind of just reach a lot more people with a lot less budget.
Yeah, for sure. And getting all of that kind of wrapped up together along with the product that you're offering, and and what you're doing, if you're providing exemplary customer service to folks and really going above and beyond, all of that stuff helps drive folks to your business and make sure that you're here for the long haul. And that's what that's what we certainly like to see in small businesses in Jefferson County. And I know small businesses like to stay in business for a long time as well.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool to see podcasts taking off again. I know they were really popular in the early 2000s and stuff, and then they kind of died down, but now they've hit a huge resurgence on TikTok and different things like that. So it's been pretty cool to see that too.
Yeah, we're new into the podcast thing. Hopefully we might stick with this for a little while and see what we can do to get the Jefferson County Development Authority message out there as well. We're here to support and help businesses, much the same as businesses are here to support and help each other. We just like to kind of have a part and provide assistance where we can and really make a difference in our community. Yeah, well, I wanted to thank you for your time and for joining us here on the Jefferson County Development Authority podcast, where business feels at home. And we really want to thank you for all the work that you're doing for our folks with Jumpstart Jefferson, not only in providing those headshots to all of our participants, but also in your branding package that you've extended to our contest winner. We've really been able to put together a good prize package for our first round of this contest, and we hope that we're able to make a difference for at least one small business in the community and keep this program going and helping some folks out.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're listening to the Jefferson County Development Authority podcast, where business feels at home, with host Ryan Snyder and guest Moises Mendoza, owner of SC Studios.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed are the speaker's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of the Where Business Feels at Home podcast or the Jefferson County Development Authority. The material and information presented here is for general information purposes only.